All right, so we are going to tackle this SUNY application. So the first thing you're going to do is to create an account, right? As a new user, you're going to add in your details, create your email and password so that you can always access the account. Okay, so they're asking for your name, your last name, your date of birth, email, your password, a security question, and a security answer in case you get locked out. They're going to ask you to return to the login screen, and then you're going to hit login with your new details. Now you're going to start your application. We're going to start the 2024 SUNY application. And then you're going to see all of these screens. So I'm going to take you through these screens one by one so that you know how to get through to the end. Okay. So let's jump into the application. So the first thing that they're asking you is, will you be a freshman or transfer student? I put freshman. Are you applying for full-time or part-time study? I put full-time. Full-time usually gives you full-time money, full-time financial aid. So I'm going to put myself as a full-time student so I can get access to all the aid that I need. Are you an adult learner? If you are in high school right now, you are not an adult learner, right? You would put no. Are you interested in applying for Educational Opportunity Program? EOP is a program for students who are academically and financially disadvantaged. There is a specific guideline that you follow. They're going to ask questions within this wizard to determine whether or not you are EOP eligible. I'm going to say yes, but now they're going to ask me other things to make sure that my yes means yes, right? So am I a New York State resident? Yes, I am. Does any of these things apply to me? Your family receives financial family assistance or safety net programs through New York State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance, or through a county department of social services or family daycare payments through the New York State Office of Children and Family Assistance. Are you in foster care, or are you a ward of the state or the county? If the answer is no for me, so I'm going to put no. They're going to ask you how many people live in your household, including you. I'm going to put 3. Um, does your household income exceed $45,991? If the answer is yes, you can continue. If the answer is no, they're probably going to stop you at some point, right? Do you still wish to apply for admission to an EOP program? If the answer is yes, you say yes, but you let the wizard determine your eligibility or not, okay? I'm going to put yes, just for the sake of putting yes, okay? I'm going to put save and continue. Then I'm going to start adding in my personal details, right? My name, my last name. If I have academic records under another name, I'm going to answer that. My social security number, which needs to be right, okay? Make sure that you are putting in the right social security number, right? Because you can get flagged and it will take you longer to get your application through. The other thing, your date of birth, right? Your legal sex, right? However you identify, your gender, your pronouns. You can put all that information here, and then you're going to hit save and continue. Okay. Then they're going to ask you for your address, right? You're going to put in your address, your city, state, and zip code. Anything that has a red asterisk is what you're going to complete. If it does not have a red asterisk there, you don't necessarily have to complete it. It's optional, okay? Then you're going to add in your phone number. They're going to keep your email because you already added it. You're going to put a phone number that you actually answer. Just in case they have to call you and ask you a few questions, you want to make sure that that number is correct. Are you a United States citizen? Yes or no? This is up to you. This is based on you. I'm going to put yes for me because I am a U.S. citizen. Am I a New York State resident? For me, the answer is yes. Now, the reason why they're asking is because they want to make sure that they're giving you either in-state or out-of-state tuition. In-state, if you are a New York State resident, is going to be significantly lower than if you were from out of state. Now they're asking you some demographic information questions, right? This is more personal details about you, maybe the language that you speak, maybe how you identify race-wise. They're going to ask you those type of things. Your military veteran status. They're going to ask you all of these things. Okay. Like I said before, anything with an asterisk, a red asterisk, is absolutely necessary to answer. So you can choose to answer these questions or not. It is completely up to you. Okay, in this section is household information, and this is how they gauge how much income is coming into your home. If you are applying for EOP, they're asking more specifically because they want to see if you're EOP eligible, right? So because I said EOP in the beginning, everything I said, like, obviously has to match. I'm going to put in 3. I live with parent 1, right? And then I'm going to put parent 1 information. I will put probably my mom, who is parent 1, and I'll add her information here. If I had family members who had graduated from the State University of New York, so that's any SUNY campus, I can add their information there. If I don't have anybody that graduated from a SUNY college, I can just put save and continue. Now we get to the education questions, right? Similar to any other application, they want to know what high school you went to, right? So I can add my high school by clicking this, and it's going to either ask me for my CEEB code, which is how schools are recognized through the college system, or you can add it in manually, and then they will try to look for your school that way. Going to ask for my counselor. If I am a New York City Department of Education student, I will put in my OSIS number. Remember, your OSIS number helps them to get access to all of your transcript information. So you want to make sure that you put in your OSIS number if you have one. Your secondary education status. I'm going to graduate from high school. I'm going to put in the date, which would be sometime in June. Did you attend a New York State high school for 2 or more years? Yes. You put whatever is true for you in that section. If you have taken any of these additional courses, so advanced placement can lead to college credit. College level examination program, CLEP, can also lead to college credit. If you took college courses while you're in high school, they want to know all that information so that they know how many college credits you're coming in with. The next part of this is the coursework that you're taking right now, right? And so they want to kind of have an idea of the type of classes that you're taking at the high school level, right? So maybe you're taking senior seminar, right? Or whatever you have on your actual program right now, that's what you're going to add into here, and you're going to add as many as you can until you have it all filled out to your liking. And then once you add all your classes in, you're going to hit save and continue, and you're going to move on to the next thing. Now they're asking for your SAT scores, right? So if you took the SAT or the ACT, you're going to add your SAT or ACT scores there. Okay. Now, some schools are test optional, but there are some programs that are not. So if you took the SAT, you want to make sure that you have an SAT score there. That way, if you have a program that you're applying to that really needs one, you have it there. Or you can choose not to add any if you know that the schools that you're applying to are test optional. If you got any academic distinctions, right? So if you are going to be the valedictorian, salutatorian, right? You got any of these honors here, you're going to check off whatever is true for you. If you didn't get any, it's totally fine. Put save and continue and move forward. If you received any honors or awards, you're going to add those there. It could be, perfect attendance. It could be dean's list, president's list, whatever it is. You're going to add those awards there. You're going to put save and continue. And then you're going to move on to the section that is activities. With your activities, you want to make sure that you are capturing everything that you've done from ninth to 12th grade, right? Some people skip that and they only put for like the thing that they were doing this year. You want to use everything that you've participated in after school and Saturdays, if it was in your church, it was in your community, your place of worship, wherever it was. You want to make sure that you add these things there, right? Don't get lazy and be like, I don't want to put all this stuff. Remember, you are trying to get a spot at a particular college or university, and you want to stand out as much as possible. So skimping on the details is not going to help you here. So make sure you put as many extracurricular activities as you possibly can. If you worked, work experience is kind of like an extracurricular, right? Working shows leadership, working shows responsibility, working can absolutely support your application. So if you ever worked before, you can add your work experience there, and it gives you the description, like what you did at your job. You want to be very descriptive of what your role was and how you supported whatever organization. You're going to put the employer, right? Who did you work for? Your start date, your end date, the average hours a week. You're going to add all of that information there, and then you're going to move on, hit save, and continue after you put in all your work experiences. Now, this is where it gets fun, okay? Because you need your writing samples, right? Your essay, right? Many of these schools are on the Common App, and so you're going to notice that these are exactly the Common App prompts, right? Same thing. So you're going to pick one of these questions. You're going to write about it in 250 to 650 words, and then you're going to submit it, okay? You're going to choose the question that you want. You're going to choose the question that you want. You're going to upload it, and then you're going to save and continue. Okay. For now, I'm just moving on. Okay. There's also a section here called the personal statement. So you have the benefit of two beautiful essays, right? For SUNY. So the personal statement is asking you to, in 250 words, explain your academic performance. Okay. So it could go one of two ways. It could be you as one of those students who had a hard time throughout high school. You will explain any hardships, and you will turn it around. You will not make it a sob story about how woe is me, I couldn't get the grades, right? You're going to say what you did to support yourself and maybe how you turned it around. Okay. Or you're going to explain if there were some extenuating circumstances that blocked you from doing well in your classes. You're going to explain that here. You're going to take the time to explain that here. If you did well, on the other hand, you're going to explain what contributed to your success, right? How did you make your beautiful grades possible? Who helped you? Who supported you? What kind of supports did you have? You're going to explain that in 250 words, okay? So you want to make sure that you are letting people know, I did well because, or I didn't do well because, but I am hoping to do differently once I get to college because I'm going to do XYZ, right? You want to take this space to make sure that you are letting them know, right? That certain things happened and everything's going to be better, right? Take a moment to fill that out. Then you're going to add your campuses, right? You get to add your schools. Where do you want to go, right? I'm going to click here and I'm going to put the campus choice. You're going to put the semester you wish to enroll. Like I said before, this is a fall 2024 application, right? It could be for any year. The process is going to be the same. And then I'm going to take some schools and I'm going to put it on my list, right? Depending on the school that you apply to. If you decided that you wanted to go for EOP, they're going to ask you if you are applying for EOP at this particular campus, right? Just because you apply for EOP doesn't mean that you want to apply it to every school. Maybe there's some schools that having EOP will give you a competitive advantage, and then you might want to add it for those schools. You might not want to add it for all of them. And then you're going to add whatever details there. I'm probably going to put no for this. I'm just picking stuff at this point, right? Just because I want to show you the rest of the application. They're asking if you want to apply early action, which you have to apply before the 15th of November in order to do the early action. They want to know if you plan on staying on campus. This is Albany. I live in the Bronx, so I will absolutely need campus housing. Otherwise, I won't be able to get to school, right? Have you previously applied to this campus? No. Special campus project, I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to answer that. Do you wish to have your standardized test scores considered as part of the admissions process? So just because you added your test scores does not mean that they have to give it to the school, right? So you're deciding if this school is test optional. I can decide whether or not I want my test score to share or not. I'm going to put no just because I didn't put anything. And then I'm going to add the campus, right? Once I have all the campuses that I want, I'm going to hit save and continue. And then they are going to give me a summary of all the stuff that I have put, right? I can't hit submit because I don't have an essay, right? But once all these things are greenlit, you are okay to move forward and hit submit. Hope this walkthrough was helpful. Let me know how I did in the comments below. Let me know what else you want to learn about. But thanks for watching and happy application season. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get on track. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get on track.